Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dream of owning a home or investing in one. Today's show is how to make it on a wing and a prayer. Yeah, you see, me personally, this show is going to be somewhat of a personal show. And I'm doing it because I know that there are people out there that might be listening to me who don't have much of anything. And I want you to know that I hope this show inspires you and motivates you to know that you too can have the dream of owning a home if you want it. You just need to believe in yourself. See, I'm a child of a single parent mother who sometimes had to work 3 jobs while she went to school at the same time. Okay? So I did not come from a background where I had a silver spoon in my mouth at all. Okay. I grew up in Harlem back in the 1970s when people were afraid to come to Harlem, when Harlem was considered a bad neighborhood. That's when I was growing up back in the 70s. Eventually, later, we moved to Center Reach, Long Island. Then we came back to Harlem. Then we moved to Inwood, New York. Now, one of the apartments that I was living in did carry Section 8. So I'm familiar with the struggle, okay? Now, why in New York, there's really not that many homes for those of you who are outside of New York. Most of the homes, mostly it's apartment buildings. So for a child to want to live in a home, a lot of times we think we have to leave the state or we're going to have an exorbitant amount of money because New York is definitely expensive, okay? It's not cheap. But what attracted me from I was young to wanting to live in a home as opposed to living in an apartment is because I wanted to play in the backyard. I saw the kids on TV doing it, so I wanted to do it also. As far as investing in real estate, I just used to, it was a commercial that came on. It was one of those long infomercials, Carlton Sheets. So I wanted to basically, I didn't want to necessarily have a lot of real estate. I just wanted a little bit just so that I could be secure. Because to be quite honest with you, I know some people don't like it when I say it, but I did not like being poor at all. I did not like living without. Yes, I got a lot of love. And at the time, I didn't even realize the amount of love I was receiving. But love, ooh, money can do so much more, or being comfortable can do so much more. And I'm not saying that I'm the richest person in the world because I'm definitely not, but I just like to be comfortable. I don't like having to worry about paying the light bill and the water bill and having to rob Peter to pay Paul. I did not want to live that lifestyle because we were already living that lifestyle, to be quite honest with you. Okay. Now, moving right along, what happened, I would say, as I was growing up, is I was accepted as a mentee for the Financial Women's Association. This exposed me to different types of people I normally would not run into. And for the first time, I got to see another side of life. So I would say that probably opened me up a little bit more. And then graduating college, that was that was definitely a big thing for me, a big step up. But I didn't have any money when I graduated college. I didn't even have a job. The job I did have, it was a volunteer job, and all they paid for was my food. I don't mean to say it, so negatively or whatever, but it wasn't enough for me to move out of my mother's apartment, you know. And as far as encouragement is concerned, I had to encourage myself. I didn't have anybody to really encourage me to buy my own home. You know, it was like, oh, I like how you say you want to buy stuff and you don't have no money. That's pretty much what you know, what people said to me. And I was like, yeah, I don't have the money now, but eventually I'm going to get some. So I thought. And then unfortunately, when I had graduated college, there was a recession. And it took me over a year to find a job. And when I did find one, it was minimum wage. Yes. Went from college to making $3.35. I took anything just to have some kind of spending money. But unfortunately, most of that money went to paying for lunch and going to and from the job. It really didn't leave me with anything else. So I got rid of that. I started to accept temp jobs. And over time, I saved my money. I also went to the library and read a lot of books on how to acquire a home. I attended as many home buying seminars as I possibly could in my state and in my city. Well, pretty much in my city. And that just, I just developed knowledge over time. I applied, looked at many different houses, and then eventually, finally, the government decided that they were going to build many homes in different parts of the city, and they were going to offer it for local residents. Those would be the primary candidates, etc., etc. So I applied to different ones. I got accepted to many of them before even choosing the one that I am in right now. And even the one that I'm in right now, I actually was rejected at first before being accepted. So you see, I was persistent at it. So not only did I believe in myself, I went to the library and I learned about home buying. I learned also about budgeting as well because I needed help with money management. Several of the books that I got were written by Susie Orman. Another book that I remember reading is by Cheryl Broussard. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but it was The Black Woman's Guide to Financial Independence. I read those books to help me as far as how to go about managing money, how to invest, and things like that. Those books definitely helped me, and I was able to apply the knowledge and use the money to purchase a home. So I want you to know that if you don't have anything but a wing and a prayer, know that it is still possible for you. Just believe, be persistent, and continue to obtain knowledge. And one of the places that you have today that we didn't have back then is WFNY radio station. So continue to listen, not just to myself, but to other people, other hosts on this radio platform, so that we can help you build your dreams. So, folks, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully, the information that I have shared will inspire you to make smart financial goals. Make smart financial moves. Feel free to pass this along. Remember, each one, teach one, reach one, and sometimes reach many. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.